other things we'll see. Okay, so we'll talk about the standard form today. So we already have seen. So our aim is to solve these problems, mostly f of x comma y comma z comma p comma q. Okay, where z is nothing but u of x comma y, and p is nothing but ux, and q is nothing but uy. Okay, so this is the one we are trying to solve. So there are standard forms available. So what we need to find is that we need to find complete integral. Okay, first one is complete integral. Then we have to see whether there is a singular integral available. Okay, so complete integral means what? Complete integral means as many independent variables are there, as many constants should be there. Okay, so that is the complete integral. And singular integral, you have to make dA u equal to 0, and then we got to find some more thing. Okay, and one more thing is general integral. So in general integral, you will assume that p is equal to pi of a, and then you will find it. Okay, and for this problem, this is the standard form. One f of p comma q. What we need to do is that we need to assume a trial solution. Okay, trial solution is z equal to ax plus by plus c. So we expect only two constants, but there are three constants are there. So in that case, what we need to do, first we need to solve this one, f of a comma b equal to 0. Okay, and then you have to obtain a relation from here. For example, if I just say pq minus 2 equal to 0, in that case we obtain p is equal to a by 2, and then I replace here z equal to ax plus a by 2 y plus c. Okay, then I am ending up with two constants now. Then this is nothing but my complete integral. Okay, now if I want the singular integral, for this problem there is no singular integral. Okay, then only the other things you can find. Okay, so f dash of a, etc. So this is the one which we have seen yesterday, standard form. So f of ax plus y into f of a we have found, and then we have solved this one. Okay, so this is the one. In our case, for singular, for there is for general integral, you need to assume that c is equal to some psi dash of u. Okay, psi of a, and then you have to solve this problem. So that's what we did. So the complete integral for this problem is this one. Now if you want b is equal to 2 by a, not a, b is equal to 2 by a in this case. Okay, 2 by a, and this is going to be 2 by a into y, the c is going to come. So now for c, you just assume c is equal to psi of a. If I want general integral, for this problem there is no singular integral, only c is equal to psi of a you can assume. Okay, and then you can just this is complete integral. Okay, this is complete integral. For general integral, you got to assume c is equal to psi of a. Then you will get that c is equal to ax plus 2 by ay plus psi a is going to come. Okay, then you integrate this one, differentiate this one. This is going to become like x with respect to a. Okay, and this is going to become like minus 2 by a square y plus psi dash of a is going to come. Now you solve these two. You solve these two. Okay, and then find the answer. That's the general, but we cannot in general say like what is going to come. Okay, so it is going to come in terms of x and y, it is going to come, but we cannot say what's the value. Okay, psi of a is going to come, but then you don't take it. Okay, so this is the general integral for this problem. Now one more problem is that so root p plus root q equal to 1. Okay, that also we will see, that we didn't see explained yesterday. So root p plus root q equal to 1. Root p plus root q equal to 1. Therefore, what is my f of pq? F of pq is going to be root p minus plus root q minus 1. Okay, so I need to assume this one f of a comma b equal to 0. Again, I got to take z equal to ax plus by plus c. Okay, so then I can find root a plus.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in this your presentation, I think it's written like f of root p plus root q equals to 1 and f of pq is equals to pq minus 2.
There is a mistake. There is a mistake from the previous slide. It came.
Fine.
Okay. root a plus root b minus 1 equal to 0. Okay. So now what we have to solve this problem. So if I solve this one, you can find b is equal to 1 minus root a. Okay. So square root of b is going to be there. So I can just square it, and I'm going to get square root of 1 minus a whole square. Therefore, what I'm going to get, I'm going to get z equal to ax plus square root of 1 minus a, sorry, 1 minus square root of a whole square plus c squared into y plus c squared. Okay. So this is nothing but my complete integral. So once again, if you want to, there is no singular integral. Okay, this is called complete integral. This is CA. There is no singular integral. Okay, no singular integral. So general integral, what you need to do, you need to take z equal to ax plus square root of 1 minus 1 minus root of a whole square y plus psi of a, you have to put it, and then you integrate this one 0 equal to x plus, and you differentiate this one. Okay, differentiate not this one, d of 1 minus square root of a whole square, okay, into y plus psi dash of a is going to come. Okay, now we solve these two problems, that is going to give you the answer. Okay, so yeah, so these are some of the exercise problem. Okay, complete integral where you can just put p plus q equal to p q, etc. You can solve it. Okay, some are assignment problems are there, so you can just solve it. Okay, now let's come to the standard form 2. So this is standard form 1. Okay, standard form 1 is nothing but pq f of p comma q equal to f of p comma q equal to 1. F of p comma q equal to 1. Sorry, f of p comma q equal to 0 is called standard form. This is called standard form 1. Okay, standard form 1. Okay. Now let's go for the standard form 2. This is also called as Clairaut's equation. Okay. So this is Clairaut's equation. So here what we are going to do is that we are going to take this form. Okay, z equal to px plus qy plus f of p comma q. So this is called Clairaut form. So here what we have to do, the complete integral is this way. Like you need to do z equal to ax plus by plus f of a comma b. This is called the complete integral. The same way. Okay, what we did, we just differentiate this one. What we are going to get, we are going to get like if you are differentiating this with respect to x, you are going to get zx equal to e is going to come. This is no extra is there. There is no extra here. So zx equal to e is going to come. Similarly, zy equal to q is going to come. So you just replace that, then you are going to get this equation. Therefore, this is nothing but the complete integral. So singular integral, we can just like the way we discussed in the theory. The same way you can define. So there's a mistake. I have to correct this today. Okay, so let's see this problem. Z equal to, so let's this is the procedure. Okay, this is the procedure. So let's compare an example. So example. So Z equal to px plus qy plus pq. Okay, this is my integral. This is my PDE. Now I need to solve this one. So as I said here, the complete integral is going to be z equal to ax plus by plus ab. This is nothing but my complete integral. Okay. Yeah. This is nothing but my complete integral. Now what you need to do, you need to for finding the singular integral, what you need to do, you need to integrate that with respect to a and b. So here what you need to do, for example, this is pi of x comma y comma z comma a comma b. Then here what you need to do, you need to find pi of a equal to 0 and pi of b equal to 0, and then you solve these three equations, and then you got answer. So already I have pi of x comma y comma z comma a b equal to 0 is there. This is what I got. From that I got z equal to ax plus b plus a b. Now what you have pi of a equal to 0, pi of b equal to 0 equal to. So pi of a is going to become like 0 equal to x. Okay. With respect to a, I got differentiate. Therefore, this is going to become like x plus b. Okay. And if I do with respect to y, then I am going to get 0 equal to b plus a is going to come. Sorry, y plus a is going to come. Okay. Therefore, what I get x equal to minus b. Okay. Or b equal to minus x. Similarly, a equal to minus 1. Now what I need to do, I need to solve the, I need to substitute it over here. Then what I'm going to get, I'm going to get it z equal to, so this is minus y, therefore this is minus xy, this is minus x, therefore this is minus xy, and this is minus x minus y, so plus xy is going to come. So these two gets cancelled. Therefore, I'm going to get z plus xy equal to 0. I think in the PPT I have mentioned z plus zy equal to 0. That is not correct. Z plus xy is going to come. Okay. Fine. So these are some of the exercise. Okay, where you can just solve this one. PQ is equal to p square. So what you need to do is that you need to bring that to this format. Okay, suppose you divide by PQ. Okay, then so divide by PQ. Then first equation will become like z equal to px plus some term will come, and then the second term qi will come. So remaining things you can just put it as a f of q form, and then you can just solve the same. Okay. Fine. So these are all some of the exercise problems which you can solve. Then standard form 3. So in standard form 3, what we have is, so this is standard form 2. This is Clairaut's equation also. Z equal to Px plus Qy plus f of Pq. Okay. Now standard form 3. In standard form 3, what I have is, I have something called f of p comma z comma p comma q. Okay, equal to 0. This is standard form. So for this, once again, same kind of things we need to do, but here we need to do some kind of substitutions. Okay. So these are the procedures to solve. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take f of p comma q, f of z comma p comma q equal to 0. So I'm going to put a substitution. Okay, z equal to pi of x comma. So the trial solution. Okay, here I'm just going to take trial solution is z equal to pi of x plus ay, and I'm going to take u is equal to x plus ay. So z equal to pi of u is going to come. Okay. Now what is ZU? ZU is going to become like, I have to find ZU here. So ZU is ZU is going to become like pi of P. P is nothing but P is nothing but Zx. Okay, P is nothing but Zx. But what is Zx? Z is a function of U is going to come. Okay. So therefore you are going to get it like ZU into Ux is going to come, okay, because I have U is here. So ZU, so ZU is nothing but pi with respect to U. Okay, so this is going to become like ZU into Ux is going to come. Okay, because Z is a function of U, therefore ZU into Ux is going to come. Okay, similarly Q is nothing but ZY, is nothing but ZU into Ui is going to come. Okay, so therefore you can just replace it over here. What you are going to get is that you are going to get f of z comma zu comma u. Okay. What is ux actually? So ux is nothing but from here. Ux is nothing but 1. Okay, and uy is nothing but e. So therefore this is going to become like zu, and this is going to become like a into zu. Okay. Therefore this will become like zu, and this is going to become like a into zu equal to 0. Okay. Fine. So therefore, what you are going to get, this is of the form. Okay. So we have only two things are there. Okay, it's complete integral. What it is going to come? It is going to become like z equal to. So I am just going to get, since this is only two terms are there. Okay, this is something similar to what we get it as a simple ODE. Okay, it is not PD now. Okay, it is simple ODE because my function is having only one variable now. Only ZU is there. There is no x and y are there. Only ZU is there. Okay, that means it is a function of. So suppose I have something like ODE. Okay, y is equal to some f of x. Okay, and what I am going to get, sorry, y dash equal to f of x. Then what I am going to get, y is equal to some g of x plus some constant is going to come. Okay. So that's the one I'm just going to put, plus some constant I'm going to get, or we can just put here. So therefore, what you are going to get is that you are going to get z equal to, okay. So I'm going to get z equal to f of u plus b I'm going to, okay, f of u plus b I'm going to. Okay, so therefore what you are going to get z equal to sum f of ax, no, not ax, u is to think but u is to think x plus ay, so x plus ay plus b. Okay, z is going to be r. So this is going to be your complete integral. Okay, your complete integral is x plus ay plus b. Now for singular integral, as we discussed earlier, the same way what we need to do. So once you find this one, you have to find pi of a equal to 0 and pi of b equal to 0, and then find the singular. Okay. So let's see some example problem. So here, so I am taking p square z equal to p square minus q square. So this is of the form f of z comma p comma q equal to 0. Okay, so that means z minus p square plus q square I can take it, but it doesn't matter for us now. What we need to do, the solution is of the form z is equal to f of ax x plus ay plus b form. Okay, this is going to be our solution. Okay, so what we need to do, how do we arrive this one? So we arrive this one because of this assumption. So u equal to x plus ay. Okay, so from that we found what is zx. Zx is going to be p is equal to zu. Okay, and then q is equal to zy equal to a into zu. Okay, so this is the one we need to follow. Therefore, if I substitute it over here, z equal to zu square minus a into zu whole square square. Okay, so if I take zu square common, so this is going to become like a square plus square u square. So zu square, if I take it common, then I'm going to get it like 1 minus a square is going to come. This is nothing but z. Okay, therefore what I can do, I can just put that zu square divided by z equal to 1 by 1 minus a square. Okay. So if you solve this one, okay, once you solve this one, what you are going to get something like you are going to get this equation. Okay, 1 minus. So once you solve this one, okay, solve this problem. This is a simple non-linear problem. Okay, z square equal to 1 by 1 minus a square. So once you solve this problem, you are going to get something like square root of 1 minus a square. Okay, square root of 1 minus a square 2 times square root of z square. Okay, equal to u plus b. Okay, so once you solve this one, you are going to get this one. How do you solve? Just play it as exercise. Let's do that. Okay, you can't solve this and you get this one. Okay, now what we have, u plus b is there, a is there. So this is the thing, but my so I have to obtain my complete integral. Okay, so complete integral. So u equal to x plus uy, I have to substitute. Okay, so if you substitute that, what you are going to get, u equal to x plus ay by substitute. This is going to become like x plus ay plus b is going to come. Okay, and if I just square on both sides, this is going to become like 4 into 1 minus a square into z equal to x plus ay plus b whole square. Okay. Okay, so now what we have, okay, this solving, I'm just giving to you as an exercise, or just solving. So this is going to become like zu by z. Okay, I'm just taking square root on both sides. So zu divided by z is going to become like 1 by square root of 1 minus a square is going to come. Okay, now you can just integrate on both sides. So this is going to become like same way what I got here. Okay, 1 by 2 root z is there, so you are going to get like z power minus 1 by 2, so etc. is going to come. Same way here, so you are going to get exactly the same. Okay. Fine. Now what I have solved this one. Okay. Suppose if you want to find the complete singular integral. Okay, I don't think I got simpler integral for this one, but you can solve that. Okay, for simpler integral, what you need to do, you need to find your phi a. Okay, so this is nothing but you need to differentiate this one with respect to a. Therefore, here you are going to get 4 into minus 2a, so minus 8a z. Okay, minus 8a z is going to come here, equal to here 2 into, okay, x plus ay plus b into y is going to come. Okay. Similarly, if you do with respect to b, this side is going to be 0, and this side is going to become like 2 into x plus ay plus b. That's all. With respect to b, this is going to be 1. Okay. So that's all. Now you solve these two equations and then solve these three equations and then find the answers. Okay, so I think almost you can find it. So 2 into xa plus y, you can just divide that. Not divide, I can't divide that. If it's subtract also, you can't get. Okay. So if I divide 1 by other, okay, 1 by y is going to become like 0 is going to come. So y is going to okay. So if you solve this equation, what you can get is that you can get the answer for z. Okay. So okay, so this is going to become like 2 into x plus ay plus b is going to come. So this is going to become 0. Therefore, this I can just put it 0. Therefore, a can become 0, and then you can get the only in terms of b is going to be, okay, because 8az is going to become 0. So a is going to become 0. So from that you can get that you can just eliminate a and you can put that. Okay, that is that. So for example, let's solve this problem. Okay, so instead of minus p square minus q square, I'm going to put use p square plus q square. Okay, I put p square plus q square. Same kind of things are going to come. So here plus is going to come, here plus is going to come, here plus is going to come, here plus is going to come. Same way here plus is going to come. Okay, no other changes. So in this case, I can just find that 8a is that, okay, this one I got to equate to 0. Okay, 8a is at 2 into x plus ay plus b, that I got to equate to 0. So from this one you can get that x plus ay plus b equal to 0. Okay, so if I just assume a not equal to 0, okay, then I am going to get z equal to 0. Okay, z equal to 0 is one of the singular. That is called the singular. Now for complete integral, what I need to do? So this is CI, this is SI, okay, this is CI, and this is SI. And then for complete integral, what you need to do? You need to assume b is equal to some psi of a or pi of a. Okay, so I'm just going to assume that. So b is equal to, for example, this part is problem. If I assume b is equal to pi of a, okay, then you got to substitute it over there. So what you are going to get? You are going to get 4 into 1 plus a square is equal to x plus ay plus pi of a is going to come. Now for complete integral, what you need to integrate this with respect to, differentiate with respect to a. So you are going to get 8a z, okay, 8a z equal to 2 into x plus ay plus pi a into y plus pi dash r. Okay. So now if you solve this equation, okay, solve this equation, then you are going to obtain the solution. But how do we solve that? We will leave it because this is just an idea, because you cannot solve it explicitly. Pi dash of a is going to come. So eliminating a between the above equation, we will apply that. Okay. Now we'll go for the. So there are some exercise again. Standard form 3. Okay. Now standard form 4. Okay. In standard form 4, what we have is this is kind of variable circle. So in one side you have everything in terms of x and p. Another side we have everything in terms of y and q. Okay, so x variables are separated and y variables are separated. That is called standard form 4. So in standard form 4, what we have is f1 of x comma p equal to f2 of y comma q. Okay. So in this case, okay, this is a separable ODE. So you are going to get f1 of f comma p equal to f1 of f2 of y comma q. So here this is separable PDE. Since both sides are equal, okay, as we did in the heat equation or wave equation logic, this side everything is in terms of x, okay, this side everything is in terms of y. So if these two should be equal, then that should be constant. Okay, that's the only possibility. Therefore, this is going to become like a constant. Okay, if it becomes constant, what you can find is that you can find that. Okay, so for if you solve this one, you are going to get something like, if I just differentiate everything, then what you are going to get is that, so f1 of x comma p equal to a is there. Okay, therefore p is equal to, if I just invert this, okay, whatever I have, f1 of x comma p equal to a is there. If I invert this, then I am going to get a new function f1 of x comma a is going to come. A will be there. Okay, it is going to be in terms of x. It's going to come up. Similarly, what you are going to get q. So if I solve these two equations, I am going to get f1 f2 of y comma b is going a is going to come. Okay, not b, here a is going to. Okay. Now what we know that dz, okay, dz is nothing but p into dx, okay, means zx into dx plus this is total differentiable, q into dy is going to come. Now you substitute it over here, therefore this is going to become like f1 of x comma a into dx plus f2 of y comma a into dy. Okay, so this is going to become this. Okay. So is equal to f1 of x comma a dx plus f2 of y comma a. So here there is no singular integral, because if you just integrate with respect to okay, so I already integrated here, therefore I have to get some constant also, that I am keeping as b. Okay, so because it is a two parameter, right, like x and y are there, therefore at least two constants should come, otherwise it is not completed. Okay, so here already it is going to give you f1 of x comma a, so a will be involved, a will be involved, so I am just going to put some constant. Now if I put z b, okay, this is going to become like 1. Okay, what I need to do is that I need to integrate, I need to for singular integral, what I need to do, I need to put pi of a equal to 0 and pi of b equal to 0, and then I got to solve. So if I put z b equal to 1, what I am going to get? I am going to get from here I am going to get 1, because here no a term, no b term, no b terms are there, so 1 is going to come. So if I just equate that, 1 equal to 0 is going to come. So but that is not valid. Okay, so therefore there is no singular integral for this problem. No singular integral. So you cannot find it singular. So let's see some simple problem once again. So t plus q equal to sine of sine x plus sine y. So I'm going to take p plus q equal to sine x plus sine y. So I can just bring that over here. P minus sine x equal to q minus sine y. Okay. So this is of the form. Yeah, this is of this form. No. Sine y minus q. Okay. So this is of this form. So therefore, what is your p is going to be some f1 of x comma y is going to come. Okay. So this is going to be a. This is going to be a. Okay. So therefore, p is going to be I need to find p in terms of a and x. Okay. So therefore, p is going to be a plus sin x, and q is going to be sin y minus a. Correct? Yeah, sin y minus a. So then I can just integrate z equal to integral a plus sin x into dx. Okay.
Sir,
And yeah,
why we are taking a?
I told already, right? See, this is f1 of x comma p, and this is f2 of y comma q. What is this one? This is in terms of x only. This is in terms of x only. X and p are in terms of x only, right? And this time, this side you have only y and q. This is completely in terms of y only. So x and y are two different coordinates. Both are equal means what you are going to get? You are going to get only constant is only possibility. This is something which we discussed in the heat equation and main equation. Same kind of logic. Okay. So in that case, we have discussed, right, x of x into y of t T of t, then we defined utt or ut minus c square uxx. Here we substituted, and then we got something like x dash by x equal to t dash by t, okay, equal to c square t dash by t. So then we define this one. This side is completely x, this side is completely t. Therefore, this will be constant. The same logic here. Okay, this is separable. I'm just having only x term in this side and y term.
Okay, sir.
So a plus sin x dx, okay, and then plus sin y minus a into dy plus some constant is going to come. So this is going to become like ax, and here minus ay is going to come. So I'm just going to put minus y here, and plus sin x dx. So this is going to be cos x, and this is going to be cos y, okay, into dy. So both will be minus, okay. So cos x and minus sin y is going to come. So I'm just going to put minus here. Yes. Okay. Fine. This is standard form 4, and few more types are there. Suppose, okay, so these are all. So if you translate remaining problem, these are the standard form. Okay, if you have other problems, always you can convert them to any one of these form. Okay, you can use some kind of substitution. Once you put the substitution, what you are going to get is that you can just translate to this format, and then you can solve it over here. Okay, you transfer that problem to the standard form, one of the standard form. You solve it over here, obtain the solution, and then you just put the inverse transformation of whatever you did for the original problem, that you are going to get as the answer. For example, this problem, f of x power m p y power m q equal to 0. Okay, so for this problem, let's assume first m not equal to 1 and m not equal to m not equal to 1 and n not equal to 1. If m equal to 0, already this is this problem. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. So m not equal to 1 and n not equal to 1, I'm going to assume. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to take, even m equal to 1 and n equal to 1, leave it separately. Okay, so m equal to 1, m not equal to 1 and n not equal to 1. First you will see. In that case, what we are going to get is that we are going to assume this one, x equal to x power 1 minus m. Okay, and y equal to y power 1 minus okay, this is here. Okay, 1 minus m. If you substitute this one, okay, then what you are going to get? You are going to get, if I just take p is going to become like, if I just differentiate with respect to x and y, okay, this one is going to become like, this is going to have as p, okay, so x and xx, okay, and this differentiating with respect to x, so that is going to become like zx, I'm just going to call, okay, so zx, p is going to be zx, so therefore zx is going to become like z into p is for p. If I just want to find p, that is going to become like zx into xx is going to come, okay, because I have something like over here. So I'm just going to call p is equal to capital zx. Okay. So now what I'm going to get? I'm going to get, if I just differentiate this one, I'm going to get, okay, I'm going to get, if I'm just substituting over here, what I'm going to get is that I'm going to get f of 1 minus m into p, 1 minus n into q is going to come, okay, equal to 0. Just take, so this is going to be capital Y. This is capital, okay, not small. This is small y, this is capital. Here also, this is going to be capital. Okay. Q is nothing but Z. Z capital. Okay. So these are the substitution you are going to do. Okay. P is going to be Zx. Then you find what is your Zx is going to be. Okay. So P is nothing but small p is nothing but Zx, right? Small p is nothing but Zx. So if I just find this one, what is going to be x? X is going to become like x power 1 plus m minus 1 is going to come. Okay. X is going to become like capital X power m minus 1 is going to come. I'm just putting reverse. That's all. Now if I find zx is going to become like, I'm going to get zx is going to become like z into, okay, x into, if I want to find p, okay, p is going to become like zx is nothing but I have in terms of x I got to find, okay, so that is going to become like I got to find the relation between this zx and zx. Okay, that means I got to find the relation between this p and small p. So that if you find from here, using the substitution, if you find it, then you are going to get it like 1 minus m into p square. Okay, so p is nothing but 1 minus m into. Fine. So therefore, what you are going to get, like, so this one you can find it like zx into xx is going to come. What is xx? It is nothing but 1 minus m into x into xx is going to become like 1 minus m into x is going to come. Okay, so that you can substitute over there, and you are going to get that. Same way for the y also. Okay, so then what you got the answer as you got this form. Okay, this is going to become like standard form 1, because f of p comma q, this is some constant only, right? 1 minus m, and m are some small integers, so therefore you are going to get 1 minus m is going to come. That's all. Okay, so now if it is m equal to 1, so this is for m not equal to 1 and n not equal to 1. Suppose now if you have m equal to 1 and n equal to 1, okay, so in that case what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this substitution, x equal to log x, y equal to log y. Do you remember something similar to that which you have studied in ODE courses? In ODE course, do you remember how we solve this kind of problem? There is an equation called a similar type of equation is there. There is a similar kind of thing. You know Euler equation? In Euler equation, what kind of substitution you put? You put x power m instead of e power mx. So whenever you solve the constant coefficients, okay, you used to put e power mx and then you used to solve. Whereas in the Euler equation, what you put the substitution x power m and then you simplify that in the equation and then you just solve. Similar kind of here. Okay, that is why m greater than 1, and if m is not equal to, then you used to do like this kind of substitution. Even in the power series also you used to do the similar kind of things. Okay, in power series you will put the summation, series you will put it, and then you will solve. Almost similar kind of logic. Okay, so x equal to log x and y equal to log y. So once again you can just translate this problem of this format. Okay, you are going to get it something like f of p comma q. Okay, equal to 0. Once again you do the same kind of things. Okay, then you are going to get that. So once again what you are going to get, your p comma capital Q. Okay, so again standard form 1, solve the problem and then retranslate to the object. So in this case, p is equal to xp and q equal to yq is going to be the value. Okay. Next one. Okay. So this is y comma q. Now what I have extra term here. Okay. So instead of x power m comma y power n comma q, I am having extra term. I am putting one more term z equal to okay 0. So in this case, once again, what you need to do, not on here, what you need to do is that by above x and y. Okay. So if you substitute the x equal to, so I am going to use this one only for almost all the cases. Okay. So I am just going to put x equal to capital X equal to x power 1 minus m, if m equal to 1, m not equal to 1, okay, and log x if m equal to 1, okay, and y equal to y power 1 minus n if n not equal to 1, and log y if n equal to 1, okay. So if I just use this one, once again what will become is that these two will change into f of, this is going to become like f of z comma p comma q comma z. P comma q comma z. or this format, f of z comma p comma q format. Okay, f of z comma p comma q equal to 0 is going to come. Okay, then what you need to do, that is going to become like once again the standard form. Okay, this is going to become like standard form. F of p comma q comma z equal to 0, that is standard form. So this you can solve it. Now for another one, suppose you have z power k into q. Okay, this is another format, next format. Suppose I have f of z power k p comma z power k comma q equal to 0. In that case, what you are going to do, you are going to put a substitution z equal to, okay, z equal to z power. Remember, here we are putting 1 minus m. Here it is completely different. Here you are to put z power k plus 1. Okay, if k not equal to minus 1. Okay, and log z. Okay, same thing, log z. If k is equal to minus 1. Okay. So if you put this substitution, once again what you will get is that you will get you will just translate this problem of this format, f of p comma q equal to 0. Then once again you can solve using the standard form 1, then you can solve it. Okay. Same way, if you put the f of x comma z k power p equal to f1 and f2 on the other side, okay, then once again you can put the same standard transformation, this transformation z equal to k plus 1, z power k plus 1. So once again what you are going to do is that you are going to translate this problem to standard form 4, then once again you can solve it. Okay. Next one, I think almost the last one, I think. Suppose we have x power m into zk power p into y power n into z power k into q equal to 0. Then at the same time, you got to put all these three substitutions. Okay, x equal to substitute, y equal to substitute, and z equal to substitute. Then once again, you are going to transition to f of q equal to 1. Okay. Okay. Now next one is called Chorpitz method. So in Chorpitz method, what we have is that we have okay. In Chorpitz method, what we have is we have we are going to use the characteristic equations only. The characteristic ODE which we have read already. For first order quasi-linear ODEs, we have solved a similar kind of problem. What we did was we have the problem of ax comma y comma u plus bx comma y comma u uy. Okay, so in that case we saw that dx by ax comma y comma u equal to dy by d of x comma y comma u and du by c of x comma y comma u. So this is an autonomous ODE and the ABC belongs to C1 of omega. Then existence uniqueness theorem we got the solution. So this we have seen a long back, like almost 10th lecture or 9th lecture. Now what we are going to do is that a similar kind of things we are going to do for the non-linearity. Okay, so this is quasi-linear. Now we are going for the non-linearity. So in this case, what we need to do, we have to take same kind of things. Okay, I'm just going to take f of x comma y comma z comma p comma q equal to 0. This is another way to get the answers. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, again the same kind of things, z equal to u, t equal to x, and q equal to uy. So what we are going to do in this Chorpitz method, I am going to find, okay, the idea in Chorpitz method is that we are going to introduce another first order PDEs of this form. Okay, we are going to introduce another first order PDEs of this form, g of x comma y comma z comma p comma q equal to 0. This is I'm going to introduce new P. Okay. Now what we can observe is that, okay, this is again same. Okay, z equal to, for this case also the same, P equal to is going to come. Now what we are going to do, we are going to find what is our dz. Okay, dz is going to become like dz is nothing but ux dx plus uy dy. Okay, that means I can just write it as p dx plus q dy. Okay. This we know already. Okay, dz equal to. Now what I am going to do, I am just going to so if the solution of this exists, okay, 19 exists, then this solution is the complete integral of 60. Okay, suppose I found the solution for this one, then we can find that. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to differentiate. Okay, we are going to differentiate f with respect to x first. Okay, then I am just going to differentiate with respect to y also. Then we will see. So if I just differentiate this with respect to x, what I am going to get? I am going to get for this one with respect to x only I am going to differentiate. So fx is going to come. Okay. So total differential, I'm going to find the total differential. Okay, so df by dx I'm going to find. Df by dx. So df by dx is nothing but what I'm going to get. I'm going to get fx. Okay, with respect to x, I'm going to get here. I'm keeping the this constant. Then this is y. So I don't have anything over here. Then z is a function of x comma y. Therefore, I'm going to get fz into zx is going to come. Okay, plus I have p. P is going to have some external here.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, like here, dz will be equals to ux dx plus uy dz or uy dy. Because yeah, uy dy. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So f is set in zx, okay, and then what I have here p is that, so therefore I have to differentiate that also. Fp into px is going to come plus here fq into qx is going to come. Okay, so these are the things I'm going to do. Similarly for df by dy, okay, df by dy, I'm going to get fy, okay, f is set into zy plus fp into py, and then I have fq into qy. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that, so if I just differentiate this side, this is going to be 0, this side is 0. Similarly, this side is going to become 0 because f is already 0. So now what I have to do, I have to eliminate some of the values from here. Okay, I'm just trying to eliminate some of the values from here. Same way, what you can do is that you can just get the for g also you will get the same thing. So in that case, what you are going to get, you are going to get gx plus gz into zx plus gp into px plus gq into qy equal to 0 is going to come. Similarly, here I am going to get gy plus gz into zy plus gp into py plus gq into qy equal to 0 is going to come. Now you solve these 4 equations. Okay, you just eliminate some of the values from here, and then we can do that. So suppose we want to eliminate, I'm just trying to eliminate px from here. Okay, px if I want to eliminate from these 2 equations, 20 and 22. So 20 is with respect to x, so these 2 equations. So from these 2 equations, I'm going to eliminate px. Okay, so if I want to eliminate px, what I have to do, I have to multiply this one by gp, and this one I have to multiply by fp. Then fp and fp minus gp is going to get cancelled. So first one, if I multiply by gp, then I'm going to get gp into px, sorry, gp into fx, okay, plus gp into fz into zx. Maybe I just at the same time I'll just simplify also. Okay, so fx into gp is going to come. Okay, so I'm just going to subtract here. So here I'm just multiplying by fp. So gx into fp is going to come. Plus here I'm just going to multiply by fp. So I'm going to get zx common. So if I take zx outside, what I'm going to get, I'm just going to get fx into fp, gp into fz. Okay, gp into fz minus z into fp of zx, or zx I can write as p. Okay, and plus that is going to get cancelled. Okay, remaining I am going to get gp into fq minus fp into gq into qx. No, qx minus qy will come, right? Qx minus qy is going to come. Sorry, yeah, this is qx going to come. Okay, so that is going to become like qx. Okay, so this is going to be qx. I think there's a mistake in my. No, correct. Okay, so qx equal to 0. Fx gp minus gx fp is going to come. Similarly, if I want to eliminate qy from here. Okay, if I just eliminate qy from here, the same kind of things I'm going to get. So I'm going to get fy into gq, okay, minus gx into fq, okay. I'm just multiplying by fq here, okay, fq and gq, same thing, plus here I'm going to get gq into fz minus gz into fq into q plus gq fp minus fq gp into py. Just verify that, okay, whether I'm writing correct or not. Okay, so that you can verify. So this is the one I'm going to. Okay, this is f. Okay. So now I'm just going to this 25. So 25 we have written. Okay, there are 25. I'm just writing. Okay, same thing. Okay, so here what I'm trying to do is that, so these two I want to match together. So I'm just going to put a minus symbol here so that I can compare. I'm just going to do some comparison. So GQ, I'm just going to put this one minus and this one plus. Okay, so in that case both will be same. So FQ GP and GP minus FQ is correct. Now what we are going to do, next step, okay, in the next step, so we know this one, Px is nothing but, what is Px? Px is nothing but Zxy, okay, and that is going to be Zyx, that is going to be Qy, or what you can do, okay, Qy and suppose, what is Qx actually? Q is nothing but Zx, right? Q is nothing but Zy. So if I am just differentiating with respect to x, this is going to be Zyx. So I am just assuming that Zyx and Zxy are same. So this is going to be like Zxy. So in that case, this is going to become like P1. Okay. So therefore, what I have, Qx and Py are same. Therefore, if I just use these two, if I just sum it up together, what I am going to get, these two going to get cancelled. Okay. If I am just summing it up together, adding these two together, these two last two terms going to get cancelled because Qx equal to Py. Here Qx is there, here Py is there. Okay. So therefore you are going to get it like, so that's a mistake in the first line, it is not correct. Px equal to, Px is not correct, Px is the exercise. Qx, okay, Qx is going to be Zyx, Zx. The first line is not correct. So okay, anyhow, Qx equal to Py which we have derived. So these two are going to get cancelled if I add it together. Then the remaining term, what it is going to come, okay, the remaining term it is going to become like, we are going to get like, we are going to get it fp into gx. So I'm just going to collect the sum of the term, okay. So fp into gx is there, okay. Fp minus fp into gx will be there, and then what else I will have? Anything is cancelling? Nothing is cancelling. Fx gp minus gx fp is there, okay. Minus fp gx is there, gx fq is there, okay. Then what I am taking, I'm just taking gp terms from here, okay. If I collect the gp terms from here and here, if I collect the gp term, what I'm going to get, gp only I'm taking out, yeah, correct. Yeah, GP I'm just going to take out. Okay. So if I take GP out from first term, what I'm going to get, okay, from these two, I'm going to get fx, okay, minus fx, I'm adding it. So fx plus GP is fx plus fz, right?
fx plus pfz.
P into fz. Okay, P is there, so P into fz is fx plus pfz is. Similarly, I'm going to take GQ. Okay, if I want to take GQ, then I got to take from these two terms. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to get plus Fy plus Q into Fz into GQ is going to come. Okay, then what I have, I am done with this one. So remaining term is there. So this time I'm just keeping as it is. Okay, minus Gx Fp, I'm going to keep it as it is. And similarly, this time I'm going to keep it as it is, minus Gx fq. Okay. So those two things I'm just going to keep it as it is. This is G. Okay. Now what I'm going to have? I'm going to have one more term. What is the left? So this is done. This is done. Okay, only these two terms are remaining. So from this one I have gz common. Okay, so if I just take gz common here, okay, so in that case minus is there. In both cases minuses are there. So I'm going to put minus over here. Okay, then I'm going to have p into fp, p into fp plus q into fq into gz is equal to g. Okay. Now what I am going to do, I am just going to as we did in the quasi-linear PDE, what we are going to do is that we are just going to find, okay, the similar characteristic system for this one. Okay, this is going to be this one GP, GQ, etc. is going to come. Okay, so this is something similar to what we did in the quasi-linear PDE. The characteristic system is going to become like for this one, okay, G. So this is going to be like in terms of GP, GQ, etc. This is exactly similar to the quasi-linear PDE which we had earlier. We have a similar type of cases we are having. So what you can do now, you can just find that similar kind of logic over here. So I can use dx by, okay, dx by, this is I'm just trying to solve for the G. Okay, so dx by minus fp equal to dy by minus fq, okay, equal to dz by this one minus p into fp plus q into fq equal to dp by fx plus pf set, okay, dp by fx plus p into f set equal to dq by fy into qfy. Okay, so if I solve this 4, sorry 5, okay, if I just solve this equation, then we are going to get the answer, okay, equal to tg by 0. So you can just substitute, you can just do addition, relation, etc. Then you are these equations are called auxiliary Sharp-Pitts auxiliary equation. Okay, the whatever equation I have given, this is called Sharp-Pitts auxiliary equation. So you can just do the manipulations of all the things whatever you did in the quasi-linear. So what discussed here, convert the given PDE to the form. Okay, whatever PDE is given, you got to convert this form. Okay, and then you got to use the substitution z equal to u, p equal to zx, okay, and q equal to zy. Then you got to write this auxiliary equation. Okay, calculate the, then you got to calculate, compute. Then here you got to compute fx, you got to compute fz, you got to compute fp, fq, you got to compute, and then substitute over here, and then solve the characteristic system, and then substitute p and q in C. You got to substitute over here. Once you solve this one, you got to find what is your p and q, substitute over here, and then solve the problem. That's all. Okay. So a generalization is Jacobi method in the next class. So a simple problem. With this, I will just conclude the class. So find the complete integral of the PDE. 3p square equal to q is Sharp-Pitts method. So we'll just try to do the same thing. So only thing we just derive how to apply. Only thing you need to remember is this equation, okay, and then second equation is dz equal to pdx plus qdy, and then you go to integrate this one. Okay, these are the two things. So we will find that. Okay, so dx by minus fp. So the problem is 3p square equal to q, right? 3p square equal to. So f of x comma y comma z comma p comma q is going to be 3p square minus q. Okay, so what do you need to find? You need to find fx 0, fy 0, fz 0, fp is 6p, fq is minus 1. Okay, so we are going to get it like dx by minus 6p, dy by minus 1, dz by equal to dz by minus p into minus 6p square. Okay, minus 6p square.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, we have class now.
Yeah, almost
Yes,
done.
sir.
Okay. So plus q, and then dp by 0, dq by 0. Okay, etc. Now if you solve this one, what you are going to get? You are going to get tp equal to 0 is going to come. Okay, tp equal to 0 means t equal to a. Okay. Similarly, dq equal to 0. Okay. So dq equal to 0 is going to come. So if you just solve this problem again. Okay. So already you don't need to go for this one. So 3p square is there. P is equal to A means Q is equal to, from this equation itself we can get that 3A square is going to come. Therefore, we are going to get Z equal to A into dx plus 3A square into dy. So that is going to give you the answer. Okay. So AX plus 3A square y plus B square. The similar kind of things are there here. So that I will just exercise. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, on 26th November,